I have here another Lao Ban Zhang 2025. Unlike the one I tried yesterday, this one we could still buy. Still available. Now the question is it as good? So my wife would not describe this as roughly the same quality as the one I had yesterday, but a bit more domineering flavor, ba qi in Chinese, dominant. And also stronger qi. Now, the qi of the tea yesterday was really, really good. I wouldn't say it was like super powerful, but it was great. And but for me, that kind of tea is great. But yeah, I mean, even stronger qi can be quite attractive. As for the domineering taste, well, one of the most strong conception of Lao Ban Zhang is that, gushu material should still be like really bitter and astringent and, even hard to drink. It's certainly not going to be like that, but like the tea yesterday where it was very, very bitter, but it melted really well, that's a good example of quite strong domineering taste. Apparently this one is even more so of this. Let's see. I was talking yesterday to Una that a lot of people in China, well, everywhere really, they got this idea that the tea should be like really astringent and powerful all the time, even if it's gushu. But actually, gushu tea tends to be much more smooth and you feel it much more in the back of the mouth rather than feeling a lot of flavors. Let's try this. This is more of a green tea kind of feeling, as opposed to the tea yesterday, which was a little bit more kind of puyery, thick. This one is a little bit more, green tea is a good way of putting it. Kind of even umami and like thinner, a bit more aggressive. Might just be that the infusion was a bit light because it was the first one. Nice aftertaste. Yeah, sweet and bitter. It's kind of normal. The first cup is going to be more sweet than bitter. So like what I had yesterday. First cup I thought, oh, this is really sweet. But actually later it was like, oh, quite a bit more bitter. Let's try to make a stronger infusion. So I was saying a lot of people in China think, well, even gushu should just be like a stronger, more flavorful version than small tree. But actually it's really not like that. So as a natural result of this, there is very, very little pure gushu. Most gushu is blended with small trees so that it feels more flavorful and forward in the mouth. And beginners particularly will think this is better tea. And some people even say that openly. They even say, oh, gushu is not so good, 100% pure. You want to blend it with smaller tree. We really do not think so. And we're one of the few producers that actually on purpose does 100% pure gushu. Like not just says that we do, but we really do. And yeah, as a result, our tea is not so flavorful forward, but the feeling of aftertaste and the comfortable in the mouth cannot be matched. And I think it is not a surprise that most of the customers we have been drinking pu'er for quite a long time already. So they can really understand and appreciate what's so good about long, deep aftertaste, side of the mouth, throat, as opposed to a tea that's, kind of much more aromatic and flavorful, but then leaves the mouth very empty, either uncomfortable or there's nothing going on there. That's a more beginner profile tea, if you will. Second infusion. Okay. Now, this is quite a bit more bachi. Nice. Yeah, it really got this shut me up sort of energy. Very thick, the texture is very, very strong. Some nice bitter. The bitter turns, this is a characteristic of real Lao Ban Zhang, how fast the bitter turns into sweet, where real Lao Ban Zhang is really immediate. With a lot of other mengai, it might take 1, 2, 3 seconds. So you get this kind of strange effect that, you just drank something, oh, it's really bitter, but then, it takes half a second and it's not bitter anymore. Nice. I really like the density of this. I like how intense it is. Also very good tea. Very serious tea, this one. Ooh, yeah, can feel the tea as well. Yeah, one of the things that like really, really special good gushu does is this kind of really strong flavor density. Not there's a lot of flavor, not there's a lot of aroma immediately, but your mouth is left with a lot of flavor in it after you drank the tea. That's one of the signs of both gushu and also more elite gushu areas like Lao Ban Zhang would do. Yeah, the mouth is salivating, so that's good. It doesn't feel dry at all, even though it's 2025 tea and it was, was cooked in the last month, possibly. Okay, let's try one last infusion. So I'll show you the color of this as opposed to the tea of yesterday. This one is a little bit more green. It's a little bit more, here you go. The tea of yesterday felt a little bit more soupy and kind of a little bit towards the pale yellow. Well, this one is a little bit brightish. So this is our difference in how the shaching, their cooking, was done. Wow. It's as soon as I drink it, I kind of feel like, oh, this bitter is too much. I made it too strong. But then it goes away immediately. Very good tea. And yeah, the mouth is really, really full with flavor and aftertaste everywhere. The throat also. Very serious tea. I will strongly consider buying this and making some cakes with it. Wow. Well, this was very encouraging. So it's been the quality of tea that we make nowadays is much higher than what it used to be. And it's really encouraging to see that, these are tiny productions, like 5 kilos. The one we tried yesterday was just 3 kilos. But, okay, at this small level, it's possible to make tea of a quality that was never made before. And we are not the only ones doing it, apparently. So that's pretty good. I mean, I knew we were not the only ones. We're the only ones that are offering it online. But it's even better to see, other people in China, they get it. And they make tea of this kind of quality, like 100% pure gushu, no cutting corners, not trying to make a bigger production, just whatever it takes to make a tea that's really, really good. This was done almost no, up until 10 years ago, almost nothing. And even in the last 5 years, it's only since then that it's really been growing and growing. Of course, the drawback is you're going to get extremely small productions. And, and so instead of getting, 50 kilos of a Lao Ban Zhang cake, that's quite good because it's mixed up, you might only get 5. Wow, even a bit cold, same kind of strong, bitter taste effect, and then aftertaste remains everywhere. Very good, very impressed. All right, bye.